What's going on, guys? Platinum Jangus here. Welcome back to the channel and to episode 6 of my trophy list review series. Just remember, if you are enjoying the content, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Let's get on with the video. So today we will be reviewing the list of SkippiesBar. They're also telling us they're set for life. I hope that be true. Trophy level, we've got 229, 925 on the overall trophies, 20 platinums, 74 golds, 210 silver, and we've got 621 bronze. Just before we look over the rest of the stats, one of the reasons I did choose this profile, albeit it's a smaller profile, should we say, it's when it came through to me and I had a little peek to see if we could do it, of course, I noticed it would be our first 100% profile that we could take a look at. I know it doesn't display that just now, but it is just because they are finishing off a game, of course. So we'll run through the rest of the stats. We can have a little look, and yeah, I'm quite intrigued with this one. So 21 games played, 20 completed to 100%, which has given us a completion rate of 98.61, which is unbelievable. 13 unearned trophies. We've got 0.75 trophies per day, which we're not going to judge on too much because there are some fantastic games in this list, some games that take a longer time, so that's fair enough. 528 views. We've got 787,602nd world rank and 1,931st in Singapore, which is cool. First profile I've done from over there. And yeah, just before we get into the list as well, something. So, I mean, first of all, we'll probably be able to talk about each individual game a little bit more, with it being a shorter list, as it were. Not only that, but someone was kind enough to send me a link for kind of an extension to the PSN profiles page where it does actually offer a bit more information. So you'll actually see sort of right off the bat next to each of the games there, it's actually showing left to right the difficulty, the number of playthroughs, and generally speaking the number of hours needed. So that's quite cool. It just means you don't have to go into multiple screens to see that. You can actually have a look at it at a glance, and you guys can see it as well. But yeah, without further ado, we'll crack on with the list, and we'll see what SkippiesBar's been smashing by the looks of it. So great one to start with. It's nice that we're not seeing 36 Fragments of Midnight, a Plague Tale, which has been on every list. We'll start with Bloodborne, which is an unbelievable game. Still my favourite Souls-like experience that I've had. I've not played too many. I've only recently got into that kind of stuff, but certainly my favourite. So yeah, nice to see that he's done that, and also the fact that he's done the Old Hunters DLC as well. So we've got 100%, and yeah, as you can see there, 8 out of 10 difficulty. It's one playthrough. It says one playthrough actually as I'm saying that, but depending on how you approach it, there are multiple endings. So unless your saves, I'll try that again. Unless your saves come in, you are having to play it multiple times. So how accurate is the? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Although it's telling me there on this one, I'm actually going to go into the game and just double check on the trophy guide. Yeah, it's saying one playthrough. Well, yeah, I suppose if you're doing it as efficiently as possible, the roadmap's recommending that you potentially back up your save before the last boss, and then do the endings from there. But yeah, myself personally, I enjoyed it enough, and the game's not that long. When you're doing New Game Plus and the New Game Plus Plus, if you're just doing the the main story bosses and you're just literally sprinting through Gascoigne, Amelia, it's so short. In actual fact, it's not a long game at all. So yeah, I didn't mind doing that. But yeah, one playthrough if you're doing it as efficiently as possible, and 50 hours, which yeah, I probably spent a bit more time than that trying to get good probably. But yeah, 50 hours it's saying. Bug Fables I've never played. I don't know too much about that. But he's done it in a week, 5 days. It's saying 4 out of 10 difficulty, one playthrough again, 35 hours roughly. Yeah, I might have to have a little look. I don't know too much about that. And the next one then, this is so far the most impressive. I don't know if we'll get one more impressive than this, unless Super Meat Boy's on here. 9 out of 10 difficulty for Crash 4, absolutely crazy. I mean, the Insane trilogy was hard enough, very, very difficult, and Crash 4 has just upped it. It's just on another level. I mean, look at that. You're looking at 100 hours for an animated cartoony platformer, which sounds crazy, but yeah, it's a very tough game. I did struggle even with the levels generally. It is probably one of those games that I don't know if I'll ever do. I've got a couple on my list where I think, yeah, I'm probably never going to get that, and I think Crash 4 is no different really. Another very, very impressive one straight after. So yeah, I mean, my hat goes off to you, SkippiesBar. This is crazy. Crash Team Racing as well, which is an 8 out of 10. Really, really difficult, especially getting some of the time trial relics, or just beating some of the times is crazy on Crash Team Racing. It might be one I never do as well. Dark Souls 3 done, so yeah, some very, very impressive games. So you can see straight away why the trophies per day is only 0.75, because of the types of games that they're playing. Very, very impressed so far, and I'm sure I will be by the end of it, if not more so. So yeah, Dark Souls 3 done, Elden Ring, they're both 7 out of 10s. I mean, it's saying Elden Ring's a little bit shorter than Dark Souls 3, around 15 hours, but nice to see that you've done both of those. You're clearly a very, very skilled gamer, and yeah, really, really good to see. And even happier to see the next game, which if you've seen my other videos, you'll know this is my favourite game of all time. I absolutely love Final Fantasy VII. I love the remake, but the OG just has a special place in my heart. So nice to see that you've done that, and it took you 3 months and a week as well. So I'd like to think that you haven't even used the boosts, like the ×3 and non-stop limit breaks and all that stuff. So I mean, you're certainly a skilled enough gamer to do it. Why not do it properly? Of course. You've done, yeah, very, very well there. The remake done, like to see it again, very, very good. I'm obviously a very happy man as well because of last night and the announcements around Rebirth and Crisis Core. So very, very exciting. I was starting to think that we were never ever going to see them. So yeah, that's really good. God of War done, masterpiece, as I always say. Nice to see that you've done that. Nobody Saves the World. I don't know much about this. I'm not sure what it is. It doesn't have a guide for it either, by the looks of it, which is why we haven't got the difficulty and things in there. But it's 32.84% rarity. I know that doesn't always say everything. The From Software games are a prime example of that. But you've done it 2 weeks, 6 days, fair play, as well as Bug Fables. I might need to check that one out as well and see what it is. And this is the game now where I can see you're currently playing it. And yeah, Persona 5 Royal. It's not an incredibly difficult game, as you'll see. It's a 2 out of 10 difficulty, but it's very, very long, very time consuming. As you can see, 120 hours. I've seen some people take much longer than that as well. So it's a very, very big game. And looking at the date, it seems that you're playing it right now. And I hold my hand up as well. When I first loaded up the page to start the recording, I'm sure I seen that the unearned trophies were 15. And now they're 13, so he must actually be playing it as we're reviewing his list, which is crazy. He might be a little disappointed I haven't done it when it got to the 100%, but it's still mega impressive. We all know it's a banging profile. Psychonauts 2, no guide for that. I don't know too much about it, but yeah, 50.17%. I think it is relatively easy from what I know. I've seen bits of it, but I don't know too much, so I can't really comment. And the next one, another very, very impressive game, Red Dead Redemption 2. Not as difficult as some of the games that you've done, absolutely not, but as far as how much time it takes and the patience, it certainly is impressive in my eyes. I mean, it's only a 5 out of 10 difficulty, but 200 hours, and that's probably on a a good playthrough, if you like. It's taken some people a lot longer, and mainly because of the 70 gold medals, also studying and skinning all of the animals as well. Takes a lot of time. So I do I have a lot of respect for people who've put the time and the effort into finishing Red Dead 2. And a brilliant game. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Near perfect, if not perfect, in my opinion. You can see that's probably the longest one. I've just noticed the time, actually, 1 year and 6 months, and that's probably because of having to study all the animals. It does take a long time. So we've got a couple of Resi games. Nice to see. 2, 3, 7, Village. Great entries. Love the remakes. 2 is probably my favourite Resi game now. I loved 3 as well, but 2 does just edge it for me. Again, they're not majorly difficult games, not in comparison to what he's done, of course, and they're not majorly long, but still impressive games. Nice to have them on your list, of course. But the only one I haven't looked at myself is Resi Village. I'll maybe have to get into that at some point, especially now they've added they're looking at the third person stuff, which is pretty cool as well. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. This is one of the Souls-like games I haven't played. It's definitely on my list, so I can't comment too much, but we're looking at a 7 out of 10, 2 playthroughs, 60 hours, so quite similar to the others. I don't know if this was just the person's opinion, but someone did tell me they found this one a bit more difficult due to some of the mechanics. I'm not sure where those mechanics lie or what caused that, but I'm sure I'll see for myself once I get into it. Slay the Spire, which I know was free recently through PS Plus. It's not got a guide, so I don't know how difficult it is, but it is an ultra rare, so 3.75% rarity, which is very impressive. So again, I don't know if this is difficulty based, if it's time consuming, that kind of thing, but I'll maybe have a little look at it in the future. Last of Us Part 2, nice to see that on there, but no The Last of Us. Again, I don't know, with this only being 3 years old and it being 100% profile, if you've had a profile in the past, maybe you've played it multiple times, maybe on the PS3, then maybe the remastered version on the PS4, and you just haven't done it again. I'm not sure, but nice to see you've got the 100%. You've done the DLC as well, the grounded stuff, the permadeath mode. Really nice to see. Not as difficult as the first game to platinum due to the lack of the online, the factions, all that kind of stuff. But still a great one. I've got my opinions of the game, but that's for a completely other time. But I prefer the first one. So, and finishing off the list, an absolute banger, Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. One of my favourite series ever, my favourite characters ever. Absolutely love the series. It's phenomenal. Again, a shame to not see the Nathan Drake collection or anything like that, even the Lost Legacy, but you may well have played them on another profile, I don't know. But again, the most impressive part is it's at 100%. So you've done all the challenge stuff, you've done them all on crushing and getting like 3 stars and that kind of thing. So that's very, very impressive to see. So the list as a whole, the reason I wanted to do it, although it is a shorter list, is often the ones I'm getting sent to me, the hundreds of games, there's a lot that are just sat at 1%. I've not had one where everything's done. Crazy. But yeah, very, very impressed by the games that you've done. Wish my list looked like this. Unfortunately, it doesn't. It's got a ton of unobtainables now, which makes me cry, but what can we do? So we'll have a look at the trophy milestones. So yeah, 3 years ago, I know it just says 3 years, that could be anything up to 4, but Resident Evil 2 first trophy and Resident Evil 2 first platinum. So it kind of backs up what I was thinking and what I was saying, that you potentially just taking one game at a time, maybe. Fastest platinum is also Resident Evil 3. See, that's a crazy stat in itself. Like, I know the Resi games, the remakes, especially the they're not the longest games, they're really not. But for that to be your fastest platinum shows the pedigree of gamer you are, because of course most lists you'll go on, it'll be Slide or something like that. So yeah, impressive that that's the fastest one. 10th platinum, The Last of Us Part 2. 500th trophy was something from Crash 4, which was the Perfectionist trophy, and then the latest platinum, which was 3 weeks ago, and also your 20th platinum. That was for Slay the Spire. And that's another thing. This is what I mean. 3 weeks ago for the latest platinum, because you're just grinding out, Persona 5. So I massively respect your commitment for just getting these, playing these games, getting them done. I end up having like a million games on the go, and I'm a sucker for starting something else. I just want to try something new, and then games get left and that kind of thing. 13 ultra rares surprises me. I think because of the games that are here, and how impressive they are, I expected that to be a bit higher, but it goes back to what I said about the From Software stuff. Their rarity doesn't always tell the whole story, and it is purely because it's got such a dedicated kind of fan base, and people who are playing it want to finish it, and say that they've done it. They tend to show up as being quite easy to do if you just glanced at it, but of course we all know that they're not easy. Looking at the rarest trophies, so the rarest one being the Red Dead 2 Platinum. Again, I don't think it's the most impressive game on the list. I would probably say Crash 4 was, if I was to pick something. But I think because of how long Red Dead is, it is very rare. Like Crash 4, if you die, you can just keep jumping back in, but Red Dead requires a lot of time, a lot of patience. And then we've got the Uncharted 4 trophies I mentioned from the DLC, which are very tricky. But it's been a fantastic list. I've really, really enjoyed looking at it, and I think it does add an extra dynamic just having these difficulty kind of levels on show for you guys to look at and for me to talk about, because it's certainly things I can take away as well, and understand what a game might be like if I'm thinking about it myself. We'll have a little look at these again. They don't matter too much. Apologies once more if I have been talking about anything and I've been covering up those figures in the corner. I do tend to do that, start rambling and waffling and forget that I'm there. Apologies for that one. Trophies by day is fairly consistent. It looks like SkippiesBar's most popular day is a Saturday, which kind of makes sense, and the most popular time of the day being between 4 and 5. But it's always difficult with someone who's playing long games and only one at a time, because he could be grinding a trophy out all day, on something. So it's probably a bit unfair, I would say, to look at the timings, really with how he plays. I know that doesn't make a lot of sense. It did in my head, but but it's been a really good list. I've enjoyed looking at it. Something very different. I know we've done a few which have been quite close to being 100% profiles, and they're probably just a couple of games away. But it has been really good to see one that is at that point. It's just purely Persona 5, which SkippiesBar's playing at the moment. I'm sure he'll have that done very soon, and I'm looking forward to maybe going back into his list actually. I'll keep a hold of his name and maybe delve back in a couple of months and see if he's kept it up, and see what other amazing games he's added to it. But I hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. I know I have. As usual, I'll pop all the links in the description, so I'll pop all my social media in there. The Discord will be in there if you guys want to join in and start having a good chat with us all. All that good stuff. If you have enjoyed it and you enjoy seeing me, that kind of thing, please like, comment, subscribe. It's helping me out a ton. I've had some amazing comments off people, and I thank you all. It's been brilliant, and I'm going to try and hopefully start getting these out a little quicker, as the requests are coming in quicker than I can do them. But hopefully we'll start doing them maybe every other day, giving you guys something else to watch. But hope you've enjoyed it. Have a cracking day. Whatever you're doing, stay safe. I'll see you in the next one.